Welcome to our live stream. This is Commander Luna Herb doing an exploration mission out in deep space. I am currently in the coal sector 285 AH-H B25-0A. That's a star. Now, we do have quite a bit of information to go through, especially the live stream that was earlier today about Elite Dangerous launch of um, let's see here. Right, so today is a 3.0 launch. We have the update to our system and also the one-time amnesty that has been granted galaxy-wide. Now, I have done a video about the Galnet audio and I don't think I'll be heading into it today. However, unlocking the engineers has been quite a challenge and I see that I need to be at elite rank to access one of them. So that is the reason for my journey out into the black, exploring and gathering. Because the closest rank that I have is exploration to elite. I will be doing videos about combat and trading at a later date. Now, there has been some UI changes, very subtle, and they fit in with the current ones that we have. Um, So the Galnet news comes up, and of course, it also talks to you. So there's no need to read all this block of information. It is possible to set it as a playlist, right? As you can see here, add to queue, play next, and so forth. Now, there has been some word about the Thargoids attacking the Aegis laboratories. This is a guarantee now that they are specifically targeting Aegis. So if you are based at one of them, maybe you want to stick around, see if they would attack while you're online. I think that would be very interesting. Now, with the release of the 3.0, the live stream that came earlier, they played a very interesting Ramta video where they were hinting at a new mission, I would say. Now, this new mission has piqued my interest, and my question is uh, are we going to not have the Guardian Relic quest anymore, and this will become the new Guardian quest? Or, well, will this be a new addition to the Guardian quest? So, if you didn't do the Guardian quest, you would have to do it and then follow up with this mission. Now, there are questions that are left to be unanswered, and there are some that are going to be answered. I'm quite sure with the Beyond update, with just this being the first part of it. Now, uh, it was quite interesting. I'd like for you to take a look at it. So let's get that set up now. Alright, just before the volume starts up, let's just make sure that we have a good audio sound for it. So I'll be dipping the desktop audio for a bit. All right, so now we have uh, a follow-up video that they released earlier today. And of course, within the Commander Chronicles. So let's take a look again.
That was too close. Talent, Davis, get the scouts off me.
Roger that, Commander.
I'll handle the interceptor. Alright, let's see what you got. That's not great.
Lena, I trust I haven't caught you at a bad time.
Always got time for you, Ramta. Dig up anything interesting lately?
People dig for me these days, Commander. In fact, I might have something interesting for you. Something suited to your unique talents.
Don't have much time for archaeology these days. I'm kind of busy.
Shame. The past can teach us so much about the present. And my research into the Guardians has uncovered some fascinating finds. But it's the potential technological applications that will interest you. Applications that might help you level the field a little.
Like weapons.
Indeed. All I ask is that you unearth a few dusty old relics for me. It will certainly be safer than fighting Thargoids.
Okay, Ram. You've got my attention. If I do it, I can have my pick of your new toys.
That's right.
Alright. Count me in.
Oh, I'm delighted to hear it. Now, when I said it wouldn't be dangerous...
Alrighty, and this is all launch day. Now, this is very interesting. Uh, Again, there are many unanswered questions, and of course, there are some that needs to be answered. Hopefully, they will be, and we can take an in-depth look at exactly what we're going to be doing with that mission if necessary. Now, there will be a follow-up video walkthrough. We'll be stopping at certain clips and looking at exactly what's going on in the background to see exactly if there's anything new that we need to know even beforehand, before the release. So I'm quite sure that this is just a teaser for an upcoming mission. If not, maybe it's already in the game. So it's just up to us now to fly there and check it out. So tonight we will be talking a bit about the update, some of the things that they've already done, especially about the kill warrant scanner. Most persons are very, very interested in finding out exactly what is going on with that. Now, this is on their website for the forums. So I'm quite sure you can find in full details exactly how everything is going on with that and the changes that they've finally made. Now, there will be controversy over all of it. So let's just play nice as we've always had to do. And well, who's to say we need to play nice, huh? It's Elite Dangerous after all. Alright, so Destination 19 is where we are, and we're heading over to planet A3. So I'm guessing it's the non-landable one here. Right, so as we've been doing for the previous live stream, 100.
Engines at 100.
We have our helper tonight, Anubis, and he will be joining us throughout the journey as a navigational expert. There's not a lot that uh, he does more than to help me out piloting the ship, because if it wasn't for him, I'd be flying into suns. Now, warp.
Preparing for jump.
There is a interesting feat that voice attack has helped me out with. Uh, so far, I haven't had the chance to actually fly through a sun like the reports have been saying. I've seen some commanders saying that they accidentally jumped into a system and then flew directly through a sun. I actually want that to happen, but since I've been fooling around with voice attack, it has not, sadly. So, onto the issues that we face tonight. 0.
Dropping engines to 0.
In the meantime, just want to set the next location. So once we get it scanned, we can take off. Warp.
Charging FTL.
0.
Velocity already set to 0.
Just waiting for the discover there so I can scan. Alright, so crime and punishment was a hot topic that they were discussing, especially when it came to the Elite Dangerous update. There's a lot of controversy over it, the changes, and so on. The kill warrant scanner was a later feature that came up, but it was also very demanding of the community as to what it needed to be or to what we expected it should be still. Right now, let's see here. So the finalized ideas that they came up with, you can definitely find on their forum. There's a lot of information that will be there, and gladly all of it is in one place, right? So it would be a very demanding task for those who are heading around wanting to check out exactly what has changed and how to go about finding it. Let's just grab a bit of fuel here. Thank you. So if we come into a system that has binary planets, binary stars, usually we would stop on by, take a slow drive past, just to take a look at them. Right, so let's head into the issues that we're having now. So um, with the 3.0 update, Crime and Punishment, they have Crime and Counter. Well, of course, they're talking about the advanced tactical units there. 0.
Velocity already set to 0.
Right? Everyone would be calling them the ATRs, which is a very interesting name. I'm quite sure it's going to become abbreviated, maybe even shorter than 3 letters, right? Now, um, after being destroyed, where you're docked at, destroying a player and then being destroyed yourself also has a different location that you're docking in, right? Players that join the multi-crew session, either to commit a crime, have a corresponding fine, right, added to their own most valuable ships. Now, players can store hot modules applied to a ship um, at the time of the crime is committed. Uh, Players can clean ships of any bounties and fines through interstellar factor contact. Alright, so that's our next destination there. Alrighty, so let's see here. Players can sell hot ships in the shipyard for a markdown. Access to port service, including ship transfer, storage, um, retrieval, selling, are limited if a player is docked in a wanted ship. Of course, this is the restricted access that you get if you're wanted. Applicable in the wanted jurisdiction, and the cost is increased where transfers is possible. Power bounties are issued instead of normal bounties for criminal acts to do with valid power play interactions, so they are now separate. Players can see details on fines and bounties in the wanted ship cockpit. Of course, I don't have any wanted ships. Uh, the shipyard can be, the shipyard and the ship transfer screen as well. So, new crime recognized reckless weapon discharge. Of course, they will be increasing that limit that is for friendly fire. Bounties and fines incurred by the player are applied to the ship that the crime was committed in and never goes dormant, right? The kill warrant scanner changes and interstellar bounties will be coming in our next information.
Anubis, first generation integrated AI. I am designed, edited, and voiced by Zenu. More information on my creator can be found at zenuel.com. I am currently version 1.0. Thank you for downloading me.
Thank you.
It's my pleasure, Commander.
Alright, so I won't be saying that word again. Now, There will be wing mission updates that, of course, will be included. There's no stations around, well, so far, so I won't be testing that out anytime soon. Um, the mission depots are added. Uh, Let me see. Players can accept applicable missions and deliver targeted commodities piece by piece to complete the mission. Mission choice rewards, right? And then the new USS scenarios are added. Now ships, of course, new alien attack crafts. The Chieftain with its description. Of course, Horizons only. Added a second seat to the keelback to support Monte Crew. Now that is very interesting there. I'm not sure who will be using that ship anyway. Of course, the trade data can be tested, but we'll be going through that in a different video. The Galaxy map now includes the mode tabs. Filter by service, filter by Thargoid and Guardian sites. More player factions have a description added in their home system and Galaxy map. Filter for the new detention center government type for new detention center spawn areas. Within the Galaxy map, players can view trade data that they own by commodity, represented on the Galaxy map by color-coded icons. Players can view trade routes, filtered by AI or human player, right? View import and export in rollout screen, including the ability to select different markets. Players can search trade data by own to compare it to a current market. Prison ships have been added to one of the routes to Colonia. Shipyards and added. Oh wow, those names. Right, I'm not gonna try to butcher those names, not tonight. So, for the engineers, the material traders, they're all there. The engineer modular weapon in progressive and better improvements within a range. Players can convert and modify their older modules which have been grandfathered over. Players can modify modules weapon at selected ports with outfitting access. Right? Players can select which experimental effect they want to apply to their module at a material cost instead. Players are presented with a screen where they can choose the module weapon to modify, the blueprint to apply or pin. You see the material cost, of course, and preview the outcome. Now, there are new weapons that are going to be added. I'm very interested in the Guardians weapons that have been shown in the previous thriller. Added technology broker, which is also a test out for us, which allows the player to unlock new weapons modules in return for specific material and commodities. Horizons only, of course. Medium shot cannon, the medium remote fletcher launcher, enzyme missile, size 4 metal alloy hull reinforcement package, recon limpets also. We've already touched on the idea of the Galnet audio, the interstellar and megaship interactions, surface and material systems. They have been overhauled. So approaching this planet right now, I'm just going to take a look at how exactly this one is, since it is a high metal content world. Improvements on contrast and color variations across and between bodies. The coloration of the surface now more clearly telegraphics and chemical makeup and volcanic activity for worlds. Other quality of life improvements, miscellaneous features, and of course for consoles they have to tell them what's there. Um, Fixes and improvements, there's art and of course the new audio that have been installed. There is remove the dark background that would appear when opening the main menu while in the camera suite. So there are fixes, and of course, um, let's see here, changes to the different ships, changes to VR. All right, so all of this information can be found on um, their forum. Now, let's see here, UI changes, some text overlap that occur in the commodities market for most languages. Let's see, fix anonymous access appearing on the back. Let's just line up for the system here. Okay, right, appearing on the back and cancel docking buttons. Um, there have been some fixes with missing schematics for megaships, uh, contact panels, remove some trailing zeros from the modification UI engineering workshop for clarity. Let's see here. Fixes the state UI showing incorrect numbers on weapons with double shot modification applied. Right, so there has been quite a bit of work that has been going into this Beyond update. Hopefully, you guys are very happy with the outcome. I'm certainly just interested in moving on with another um, interests in Elite Dangerous, especially becoming Elite as one of them. Now, uh, as I mentioned before, our live stream is on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Of course, you would see me on YouTube on Tuesdays and Thursdays on Twitch, and all the information is on our channel for you to take a look at. So let's bring up that information here. All right, so there you go. So on YouTube, Twitch, and on Facebook. So where are we with our exploration here? So we have 41 seconds to go. Soon time to take a little bit of a slowdown. I will be scanning the sun in this system, and of course we're getting up close and personal with this high metal content world. Now, uh, I would like to thank you for joining me again tonight as we live stream Elite Dangerous 3.0 update. At this moment, I am in deep space exploration for my current Explorer rank. We're trying to get up to Elite, and then I'll be heading back to regular space to do some testing and checking out of the upgrades. As you can see, there are some modules that I've engineered already, so I'm more than likely going to be changing out the rest of these modules over to the regular engineered, well, in the current system now. So we are looking out for some, let's see, we're looking out for some signal sources, just in case. That's why I have the collectors on me. So we can start taking it a bit slower now since we're approaching this planet. So I'm quite sure this exploration would be very good for those who do like exploring. I, for one, prefer to blow up ships. 25.
Setting engines to 25.
Alright, so we can already see a contrast between these planets here. As this one is high metal content, rocky, it says 0.
Dropping engines to 0.
Oh, I selected the wrong one, so it would be the planet beside it. No problem. Right, let's get a bit closer. 50. 50.
Engines at 50.
Thank you.
It's my pleasure, Commander.
Right, so you can see a striking contrast between the moon already. I would say overall nice color balance, especially for those who really do like to explore. Right, and with the high metal content world that's coming up on that side there. Alright, so let's get back inside and scan it. Right, so that's the code that we're looking for there. I think we just found 2 signal sources actually. Let's not get too far from one of those. I'll target it for the time being. Alright, so this is not a landable body. Right, and it's actually quite beautiful. So I'm quite sure for those who would be heading down to those volcanic planets, the view would be really interesting, right? Now, so our time here has been very interesting, especially with the Thargoids that are coming around. Um, and I hope to see you guys out in the black, or whether in combat or somewhere else. It would be very lovely to meet up in the game actually. Now, in closing, I'd like to say that there will be very interesting times ahead, especially for the Thargoids with the new Guardian. Well, let's just say new teased Guardian weapons. I am definitely looking forward to what they exactly have to offer. Now, thank you for joining me. Come again on Thursday. We will be live streaming my exploration mission all the way up until I get to Elite. Right, this will take us to um, Tuesdays and Thursdays. So Tuesdays on YouTube, Thursdays on Twitch, right? And the live stream is not over. So if you'd like, you can stick around and we will be live streaming for the next few minutes. Thank you again and see you in black, Commanders.